Bonjour mes amis, et bienvenue au Pendu dans le Cercle de Lune. Hello friends. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for coming. I'm pleased to meet you. If you've been here before, thank you for returning. I'm truly honored. Friends, if you are a returning visitor, you surely know from my attempt at a French introduction that this is my series in which I use Tarot de Marseille adjacent, or antique Italian decks to help me unpack a question or get a clearer message from my larger weekly spread. So every week I do a large tarot reading. And though it's not as large as my Tree of Life spread these days, it's still a big spread with a deep message. And so what I do is I pull a question that helps to clarify or condense the message from the larger spread for us. And I read that with, like I said, Tarot de Marseille adjacent, or antique Italian decks. Now, if you haven't seen this week's larger spread video, I highly recommend going and seeing it. It was titled Prepare for Hope. Prepare for Hope. And I'll put a card up here for you to click on, hop on over, and take a look at that video so you get context for this reading. Now, just in case you have watched that larger spread, but you saw it in bits and pieces, or you saw it a few days ago and you just want a quick refresher, what we were talking about was preparing for hope. Those times when we feel like we're blocked and our feeling of hope is difficult to reach for. We feel like we might be trapped, or our wings have been clipped perhaps, and the spread as we read it gave us some advice, some ways of approaching that kind of situation in our lives. So what I do now is I ask the question, what is the central message from this week's Ace of Wands spread? This week's, for the last two, and then this week, for the last 2 weeks and then this week, I've been using a spread based on the Ace of Wands from the Tarot of the Holy Light by the wonderful Christine Payne-Towler. So, again, the question is, what is the central message from this week's Ace of Wands spread? And so I've got the cards all laid out. What I will do is I will show you that question again briefly, and then I'll show you the spread, and then we'll take a look at it and discuss it together. Here we go. What do you think of these cards? Do you love them as much as I do? I think they're just wonderful. They're very new to my library. I just got them last week. Now, this is, believe it or not, a mass market deck in France. It's published in France, and I had to order it from France, but it is mass market. It's called Le Tarot de Marseille by Colette Silvestre, and it is from a publisher called Grancher. And the reason there are two reasons I got this deck, even though it's mass market. One is that it's based on the Grimaud Tarot de Marseille from 1930, and I love the colors of the Grimaud Tarot de Marseille. Now, that deck is based on the Nicholas Conver, but I don't know if you noticed it, but the color of the blues, that aqua color, and the color of the golds, it's just a lovely coloration. And I also like the background being a muted beige, so those colors are there, but the beige background gives it a little bit more softness, and I love it. I'm surprised at the quality of the cardstock. It's it's like a semi-matte finish. I guess it's got kind of that waxy coating that a lot of tarot mass market decks have, which is fine. And they're flexible cards. They're lovely. They're easy to shuffle. I think they're durable as well. They're not too thick. Very nice. So here's what the backs of them look like. They're fine. They're not out of this world spectacular, but they're very good. And I love this deck. It also comes with a really good guidebook in French. And I don't read French. So I use Google Translate to translate the book for me bit by bit. But the book is wonderful. It focuses both on the major arcana and the minor arcana. We've got like 2 pages of information for the minor arcana cards as well, for each of the minor arcana cards. So this is a very lovely set. I highly recommend it. So that's one reason. Oh, those were the 2 reasons. I just said them. One is that they are the reprinting of the Grimaud colors and shapes and the deck. And also the book is also wonderful. Those are the 2 reasons that I got this deck. And then you saw my spread. And when you saw my spread, did you think to yourself, what the F is he doing? What the friggin' frick is he doing? What the heck are all those cards? Now, I hope you know this, that my intent when I lay this spread, when I ask the question, what is the central message? I intend to lay a 3-card spread. And I do. I lay the 3 cards. Can you guess which were the 3 cards for this week's spread? Can you guess? Okay, so the 3 cards for this week's spread were the Lover card, Le Amoureux, the 4 of Coins, and then the Emperor. I could have stopped there. I really could have. But I also know that I tend to read the Lover card as choice. Now, that figure in the center, you could read that figure in the center as a female if you want to. I'm just saying. But that figure in the center is choosing between 2 very female-looking bodies. Yeah? And we can see one as being pleasure and one being as virtue or rigor. Yeah? So I wanted to know, so if I'm going to read this in that direction, I wanted to know what the other choice was. If one choice was the Emperor and the 4 coins, then what is the other choice? So I laid out 2 more cards. And the 2 more cards that came out were the Star. I thought, okay, the Star. Well, that Star card is also looking off to the left. So I laid another card, which was the 6 of Wands. And I thought, okay, that makes sense. We got 2 cards on either side of the Lover card. Though that's the choice between the Emperor and the 4 of Coins and the Star and the 6 of Wands. Sounded really good. And then I looked at that Cupid. That Cupid is the divine message coming in. So I thought, do I dare? And I guess I dared. I pulled a card to see what that divine message was. And that divine message was the 10 of Wands. And I thought, okay, that's really the end of this spread. So how the heck are we going to read this spread? Well, like I said, we're going to start from the center. We're going to start from the choosing card. And then we'll look at the choices, and then we'll look at the divine message from above. Does that make sense? So we'll start with this lovely, lovely Lover card, number 6. And of course, you'll notice that there were 6 wands over at the other end of the spread, right? A little hint, I think, a little premonition of the direction we might want to be choosing. And yeah, the beautiful colors. I love, like I said, I love the blues. I love the golds in this deck. I hope you can see them well enough. So, the Lover card. Only deck thing is that doesn't make me thrilled is the copyright being here on the side, being a little visible. It's not in the same spot on all cards. In fact, I don't even see it on the 4 of Coins card, but it's there on the Emperor, it's there on the Star, maybe it's just on the Major Arcana cards, but still, does it need to be on the Major Arcana cards there? Just saying. Anyway, so, beautiful card, the Lover. Could be many things. It could be emotional life, it could be pleasure, it could be new union, it could be joy. It could be the lover and the love, right? There are different ways of reading this card. It could be ease or effort. Yeah, making the choice between the easy path and the path of diligence and focus, and that might look more difficult. It could be loving what you do as well. It could be the need to disengage from past influences as well, and learning the joy of living now in the present moment. But really, like I said, I'm leaning into the choice to be made with free will. Even though there's a little bit of uncertainty there, we have the free will to make a choice between ease or effort, between sensuality and rigor, maybe. I don't want to say effort, because effort, I think, implies resistance. We don't need that kind of resistant effort, but we need action and focus and that kind of stuff. And the other path is relaxing and ease and hot white wine and peacock feathers and hot tubs, if that means anything to you. That's an old joke about Marin County in California in the United States. But anyways, so study hard, study, or enjoy the wine in a hot tub. Those are two possible choices. And so, what is the pleasurable choice? Interesting. The pleasurable choice seems to be the Emperor, which is number 4, combined with the 4 of coins. 2 4s, right? So what is the Emperor? Let's show you the Emperor. Beautiful card. We got the guy seated with, semi-seated, with the legs forming the number 4. We've got the eagle on the shield there as well. We've got a scepter with the cross. Beautiful card. Got a beautiful helmet. The Emperor is power, of course, structure and authority and control. It's the male version of the Empress, right? The Empress is the reception of and that kind of creativity and the governance of the female style of governance. The Emperor is the male style of governance, where we go out and we make structures and we make forms and we build buildings and we create organizations and we govern in that way, which are also beneficial to society, I believe. Order, laws, the rational mind. Jupiter's qualities are in this card as well in this deck, yeah, of expansion and luck. So we've got order, we've got rigor, we've got authority. We also have expansion of empire, expansion of territory, and good luck in doing that. Plus security, stable homes and stable relationships, rooted in matter. Positive and fruitful transactions, but rooted, right? Which is very well echoed in the 4 of coins. Beautiful 4 of coins. We got the 3 fleurs-de-lis, reminding us of the Trinity, you perhaps, growing into 4 stable-looking coins with very, very lively-looking and abundant flora. 4 of coins is conservation, creating security, frugality, maintaining security and stability. Not letting things stagnate. This isn't to lock everything up in a chest so that no one can look at it or get at it, but there's a stability of systems, a systemic security and stability where assets flow out and they flow in, flow out and they flow in. Solid material assets, but living systems of flow as well. Tradition, honor, and reputation. So the choice of sensuality is the choice actually of being who we are, where we are, controlling what we have. I'm in charge. I'm secure. I'm stable. I've got everything that I need. Rooted in matter. I am the Emperor. interestingly enough, that is the sensual choice of matter and material. Just taking care of all the stuff, right? And being in charge of it. The other choice is different. Yeah? In this deck, Jupiter is for the Emperor. The other choice was the Star and the Six of Wands. Yeah? Now the Star appeared in the larger spread for this week. The Star was reversed there. Here we have the other choice, the choice of diligence, of focus, of deliberate, attentive action. Being the Star. Purification, regeneration and hope, renewal, faith and success are all encompassed in the Star. How is that the choice of effort, of focused determination? Well, this week's large spread was about the times when we don't have ready access to hope. And at those times, choosing hope is not easy to do because it's difficult to see. And so we're asked to make the choice to find the path to hope. Showing and accepting ourselves as we are is here as well. The feeling of guidance or energy from higher places is here as well. We are open to following the guidance that we can receive here. Now this star in this deck, especially by this author, Colette Silvestre, points to this card and sees Venus. Perhaps Venus of the evening star. The beauty, the relationship, which was also indicated in this week's larger spread, is pointed to here as well, in Venus. And finding our guidance here. And what is our guidance pointing us in the direction of, and what is it informed by? It's informed by and pointing us towards the Six of Wands, which we have these 6 crossed wands and lovely flora above and below, and leaves growing out of the sides. This is a flourishing set of wands. And the Six of Wands is pleasurable action, enjoying the things that we do. So this star card on her mind, on his mind, on their mind, is the enjoyment of the action that we take in the world. And so again, that is the active choice, the choice of focused action. Doing what we love. Vitality is here as well. Choosing to have trust in our capability to be vital participants in our lives. Sexuality and creativity are here as well, fully experienced. Happy to be who we are, where we are, and do what we're doing. That's what this star card is looking at. Finding our unique personal expression and finding a way to do that within the structures that we are living within. So that is the other choice. We had the choice of these things, right? We had the choice of the emperor, and I'm in charge, and I've got my stuff, and I got it all locked down, and I've got the systems, and the other one is renewal, rediscovering of hope, finding a new path, enjoying what I'm doing rather than what I have, what I'm doing, and where I am, and loving who I am, where I am, what I'm doing. And that is the choice. And so that the angel above the lover card was pointing to, or was shooting the arrow of the 10 of Wands. It's kind of a crowded card, but what do you expect? 10 wands on one card. It's going to be a little crowded. But there are some leaves growing off here. So the 10 of Wands, accomplishment and rest. Take a break. Maybe that's to be able to make the best choice. The divine is saying, take a break. Look at where you've been. Look at what you have accomplished. Wherever we are at this moment, we have completed a journey to this point. Recognize that. Wherever we are in the projects we have done, we are doing, or we have done, we recognize that we have completed this much of our project of our life, our project of creative action, like painting something or sculpting something or cooking a meal or cleaning a house. Energy is crystallized and becoming spirit, which is weird. We think of energy not crystallizing to spirit, but expanding to spirit. But here, energy is crystallized to become spiritual. Moving on from sensual or creative interests into something else, something beyond the creative. What do we call that? Metaphysical. Meta, right? Meta-creative. Metasexual. Go beyond all that. That's what the divine is calling us to. But the path to that, I think, is the choice of the star and the Six of Wands rather than the Emperor and the Four of Coins. But still, we've got to make the choice. And I think the divine is pointing us towards the Star card and the Six of Wands. Does that make sense? And there is potential stagnation and entrapment in this pairing. Potential, not 100% guaranteed, but potential. A potential that I don't think exists in this choice. But this choice is not the easy choice. Really, it's not the easy choice. It takes focus, it takes attention, it takes determination to open ourselves to it. There's a determination to, I'm determined to be open and vulnerable. That kind of determination. I think that's what this week's spread was telling us. And this spread is reinforcing for us. Does that make sense? If it does, let me know in the comments below. If it does not, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. Do you think I'm crazy to have laid out 7 cards? Well, how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. To lay out 6 cards? Oh, 6. 6 cards. That Six of Wands. Important. 6. The 6 is the Lovers as well. Another reason. Yet another reason to be choosing the path that leads to this. The Lovers card. And this. The Six of Wands. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. But still, if it doesn't make sense, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this spread. How would you read this spread? Hit the thumbs up button. Really, it does help the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you have not subscribed, and hit the alarm bell so you get notifications of when I upload videos. Please. And yes, comment below. I'd love to engage. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want a private reading from me, my email address is below. thehangedmaninthemoon@gmail.com. All small letters and all together. It's in the description box. Shoot me an email. We'll get you a reading, whatever you want. So friends, thank you very much. And now, as always, I wish you love, joy, well-being, and pure awareness. Thank you.